Question: can we release our karma and delete our Akashic records in this life and not have to wait for our next incarnation? And if not, what is the point of this life?
I love that whole question. I like the answer. What's the point? Well, when I answer this question, it helps me to go even further in what Können has indicated is happening. And that's what this show is all about, where we can go slower. I can back up and give you some background. First, what Können gave, remember, it's a prophecy. Now, a prophecy in nature is about the future. So everything Können has indicated for the old soul is about the future. It's not about right now. So we're going to fill in the gaps in just a moment. So don't just assume that the future life Können speaks of is going to mess up this one. This is just the way it is. I'm going to say something right now that's going to apply to almost every question today. I want you to take this to heart, truly. This new information about our Akasha, our 24th DNA chromosome pair, and the future teaching of mastery is a wonderful, benevolent new system that honors all of us, the ones here and in the future. There's no bad news here. The only challenge is how we interpret it, especially how we interpret it in 3D based upon our training. Quite often, we decide the outcome based on a very linear thinking is that it's going to be a problem. We're all programmed to think differently spiritually. These programmings, it's most of the programs we received, we inherited very, very early from other spiritual systems, if you think about it. So I'm just going to back up and make some statements, and don't write me letters, but this is my truth. What I learned in church is about a very black and white set of rules from a supposedly very loving God. And I'm not going to quote it, but I'll say this. Here's what I learned. If you don't get baptized a certain way, you're going to be punished for eternity because of it. I immediately asked when I heard that, even as a child, but what if the person never heard about that? When they arrive to the gates of heaven, they're going to be punished because they weren't baptized correctly? Or if they go to the wrong church and worship God incorrectly, will they be punished? Because that's what I was told as well. The answer I was told from those questions I asked, even when I was small, is yes, they will. Those are the rules of God. God works in mysterious ways. They keep saying that. My response was, it just doesn't seem right. That's a child questioning love. And here's the answer the church gave me again. Who are we to question the majesty of God? And later I said, I am. The God that created me in his image will love all of creation and create benevolent rules, allow all of us to share in that majesty and glory, not just a few who follow your ideas. Those things you told me, I'm talking to the church, seem like men's rules, not God's rules. So here's what I'm getting at. No matter what the questions here today, the answers will be benevolent and loving and will make sense, spiritual sense, and they will honor the human for this incarnation as well as the next. So listen, here it comes. Expect love and expect compassion from Spirit. God is love. But we tend to build in dysfunctions to our very questions. We really do. We expect God to do what our churches told us happens. So here's the answer to your question. The direct and loving answer that Können has given to us all on this subject is that the present old soul is currently awakening to this very new powerful system right now as you sit in your chair. This is what the shift is all about. We absolutely are beginning to drop the old energy that we don't need and activate the new things that we do need. Können gave us very specific information that there are enormous energies on this planet right now designed to help us exactly with this, to fight the dark energy that's starting to appear. just because we are starting to create light. I speak of the system of the nodes and the nulls. We're going to work on that as time goes by. If you want to know more about that, it's Monica's specialty, actually, and we'll get into that. So for all of you, this is why you are here. And this has been the teaching of Cryon all along. In this new energy, you can reframe your entire existence here of what you thought you were here for or what you were taught you couldn't do. Every single old soul who is hearing this can know that what is in the future for you in your next incarnation is also here for you to pick up and use while you're here. That's the answer. So to circle back to that question again, we can release our karma and delete our Akash now instead of waiting for the next life. So the answer is yes for the old soul. And the entire reason for giving you that information now is because you are dearly loved. Expect benevolent answers to these linear questions.